Welcome to the series of the Rebbe's Farbrengen. In this episode, we'll be learning the Farbrengen of 13 Tammuz, Tavshin Yud Beis 5712. Please subscribe, like, and share this podcast with family and friends, helping spread the Rebbe's Torah, Hafatzas, Hamayonis Chutza. Now let's begin. Being that this Farbrengen is on 13 Tammuz, on Yud Gimel Tammuz, which is connected the special day to the Frierdiker Rebbe, the Rebbe's father-in-law, the previous Lubavitcher Rebbe, the 6th Lubavitcher Rebbe, the day that he left and that he was freed from all the not good, and it is called the Chag HaGeulah, the day of his liberation. Another term for this day is called the Yemei SEGULAH. Where does that term come from? What is a SEGULAH? We will now explain. The area in which a SEGULAH is most needed and where people always look for a SEGULAH, that is when someone is unfortunately not feeling so good, or someone needs another blessing, another bracha for something. Now, why are we going for a SEGULAH? Because a SEGULAH, which are going to translate as a remedy, and as a spiritual remedy, is something which is not in this world by nature. It is something which is higher by nature. And it's something that can even override what any doctor will say what is needed in this case. How will we know that? After the fact, after the SEGULAH, after this remedy works, we will say, oh, it was that got this person better. What is the other side of the coin? The other side of the coin is a regular healing from the doctors. They say if someone, let's say, is sick, to take this medicine, or someone has a different injury, to do that. That is something tangible in this world. To use the terms in Hebrew, something which is b'derech hateva, by nature, or something which is l'mayla miderech hateva, something which is higher than the nature of this world. Where practically is this said and spoken about? When it comes to Shabbos, the laws of Shabbos. What is going to be the difference? A person is not allowed to desecrate Shabbos for a SEGULAH, only for a refuah, only for an actual decision made by the doctors can a person desecrate the Shabbos. Why? Because a refuah is in this world is b'derech hateva, is by nature, and a SEGULAH is higher than nature. And for halacha, we go based on the nature, not based on something which is higher than nature. Now, where is another area where we find this term of SEGULAH? That was by Matan Torah. That was by the giving of the Torah, the Am Yisrael, us, the Yidden, were called by this term of SEGULAH. Higher than nature, higher than this physical world. And this was one of the chidushim of Matan Torah, that the spiritual and physical worlds came together. Before then they were as two different entities, and now they are one thing intertwined and connected with each other. And who makes this as a constant thing? That is us Yidden, us Bnei Yisrael. We make this connection between the physical and spiritual worlds coming together. On a seichel dike, on a limited mindset, how are these two things able to come together? One is so high, is spiritual, and one is so low, one is so physical. How are these two things able to have a connection with each other? And the answer is the Torah. The Torah that was given to us by Matan Torah made an impact on this world through us. Yidden, we made this impact. Now, even though we are this minority, we are the smallest nation in the whole world, and even those that guard are the Shemnei Torah and Mitzvahs that actually keep every single commandment, are also the minority. So how can we go and have such an impact? The answer is because this is not based on our intellect. We are going something that just called Lamayla Mehaseichel, higher than our understanding, higher than any Seder Hishtalshus, or any direct way. And what is that? That is the Torah and Mitzvahs. By us keeping the Torah and Mitzvahs, we have this internal bond with Hashem. And that only was able to happen after the Matan Torah. And this is what the whole idea of Segulah is. Something which is higher than our intellect. Something which we will never be able to understand how it actually had this effect. Something which is not Seichel. Something which is a not Segulah. A Refu'ah. There, that is understanding. Stay tuned for more. And remember, who gave this to us? Who was it? Who gave us this strength? That was our forefathers. That was the others. Stay tuned for more.